Hi everybody, it's Flat Cap Cafe Racer. I'm up here at the Triumph Boise and Indian motorcycle shop today to look at a couple of the new 400s, see them in person. I want to see them before they go, so stay tuned. Well, unfortunately they don't have a bike that I can demo up here today. As a matter of fact, this Scrambler that we're looking at right here, this 400 Scrambler X, is being delivered this afternoon. So we do have a Speed 400, the street model, and we have the X. But I thought I'd get up here just to kind of look those over, set on them, throw a leg over, give you my impressions of the bike. Hopefully a little bit later I'll be able to ride the bikes themselves, and I'm going to bring out maybe another one of the Triumph models out here to kind of look in comparison. But when you look back at these bikes, it's really hard to tell the difference. You can see the family resemblance, I'll say that, between the twin cylinders and the single cylinders. Of course, the Scrambler actually got the little headlight guard. You've got and then you get a little crossbar here with a pad on it. The instruments, I believe, are exactly the same. The mirrors are a little bit different. You can see that the mirrors on the street are bar end mirrors, and these are the typical mirrors that you'd find. You see the X has a brown seat, and the Speed 400 has the black seat. Both of them have the Triumph on the back. Both of them have a little piece for you to hang on to. Then again, you can see that there's a little difference in the mufflers and how the bikes sound. I'll play that. The foot pegs are a little bit different on each one of the bikes. This is the Scrambler X, and this is the Speed 400. As you can see, there are some differences there, and the seat height will be a little bit different. But what you may not know is the distance between the foot peg and the seat height, which is I always find very important. I'll get out here and I'll give you another measurement, but just looking at it, there's about 21 inches here, and it's about an inch less over on the Speed 400. So I'd say if you need more than 20 inches of distance between your seat and your foot peg, you might more be interested in the Scrambler model. It gives you a little bit more. For me, 20 inches is about, I'll throw up some pictures of some of my other bikes and comparisons. So I've got stuff from the Tiger all the way to the Thruxton with some difference in seat height. And I'll also show you a picture of me sitting on the bikes and what they look like. But other than that, I don't know if the radiator guard, there's a radiator guard on the Scrambler. I don't know if that's stock or not, or whether the guy who purchased it with that radiator guard. The street doesn't have it, so it gives the radiator a little bit different appearance. Of course, you got a 17-inch front on the Speed 400 and a 21-inch different compound, 19-inch front tire on the Scrambler. Apologize. You know, most of these people advertise stuff as MSRP, and you and I know that MSRP is not what you end up paying for a bike. You end up paying MSRP plus freight, setup, taxes and all that. So quite a few people are sometimes shocked when they find out that the price of a bike is a couple $1,000s more than what they thought. These little bikes really suffer a little bit more and then percentage of it than the bigger bikes. Because the bigger bikes, say you got a $20,000 bike, the freight on that, say it's $1,000, and usually the freight on one of these is exactly the same. So it's a bigger percentage of what the bike cost, and that's sometimes people get mad at the dealers, but that's just the way it is. Whether it's Triumph or it's BMW or it's Royal Enfield or it's whatever. And I don't understand why freight is higher on motorcycles than it is on cars, but it seems to be. Okay, this is what I look like sitting on the bike. I'll take a picture of the ergonomics angle. It sits, let's see how it feels coming off the stand. Comes off the stand really easy. The ergonomics are, I have to compare it. I don't know what I could compare it to, but it's the bars are high enough. I think that if you're going to be standing and riding, I don't know. I'm about 5'8", so, but for me, at 5'8", I've got my tiptoes there on the ground, but fortunately the bike's pretty light. But it feels pretty comfortable. Ergonomics, you're not crunched up like this. You're not get your feet way back there. You don't have your handlebars down here. So all in all, I say this is pretty comfortable. And I'm on the X, the 400X. So let's see what the 400 speed sets like. Okay, got my balls and my feet down. That's immediately noticeable. Also that the bars are a little bit lower. So we'll do it with a foot up on the right hand side. Take a picture of that. See what that looks like. Maybe I'm a little bit more canted forward. It kind of feels that way, but I don't know for sure. Let me hit this side. But both of them feel real comfortable. I do like bar end mirrors a little bit better. I think generally speaking, the older you get, the more you like higher bars. I think shorter people will probably like this one just a little bit better, because if you're shorter than like 5'8", 5'7", you probably like this one better, because the distance to the ground's a little bit better. The leg position is comfortable still yet on this one. I don't notice that inch that I just measured here. Maybe it'll show up on the picture, but I don't notice that. So let's get one of the speed twins or something out here and do a little comparison. What do you say? Okay, I'm good on just for comparison purposes. I'm on a Speed Twin 900, and it feels like it sets. I got both feet flat on the floor, the pavement here. With the Speed 400, I had the balls, and with the Scrambler, I was kind of on the tiptoes. So I'd say this sets lower to the ground, and it has a lower from seat to foot peg height than even the Speed. I think is about an inch difference between this one's about an inch lower than the Speed 400, and the Speed 400 is about an inch lower to the X from the seat to the foot peg. Obviously the knee angle is not quite as stretched on this bike. It does have a different feel to it than the Speed R4. I think the width of the bikes are the biggest difference. if you're looking at it from a picture from the side, you'd be hard pressed to say, hey, that's a speed 900, that's a speed 1200, that's a speed 400, because they look remarkably the same. The speed 900 has a 18-inch front tire, and the speed 400 has a 17, and of course the X has a 19. But I digress there. Doesn't have the bar end mirrors. It has the mirrors kind of like the X does. Well, there it is, folks. I set on 3 different bikes on the Ergonomics. That's a big piece for me, and I think I'd have to ride those bikes to do a better comparison. I think visually speaking, the X is a little bit more appealing to me. I think ergonomically, it works maybe a little bit better. But I do like parts of the 400 speed also, and so I'd have to test ride them, and I think you would too, and to see which one you like the best. I think it would jump out at you which one you like the best, but I think a test ride would definitely be in order for that. And you have to check with your dealer for your total out the door prices on these things. You know, you can go to the website and get the MSRP, but just be cognizant you're going to pay more than that because of all the other stuff that goes along with it. I think the bigger surprise to me that the Speed 900 actually felt like a smaller bike. Who would have knew that? So thanks for tuning in. This is Flat Cap Cafe Racer, and thanks to the people here at Boise, Triumph, and Indian for letting me play around with the bikes here today. Join me and my friends at Flat Cap Cafe Racer for riding and racing. Please subscribe.